Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast. And here's your host, John Chapman.
What is up, 49ers fans? What an incredible performance. The 49ers came out in the second half and just dusted. They scored 30 points. 30 points in the second half alone. The 49ers win 37-20, and there's so many different accolades. Winning 8 games in a row, best in the NFL, right? Continuing just to shut down opponents in the second half. They got 13 points, but it didn't matter. The turnovers, the sacks, even when they had good plays, you shut down the 2-point conversion. Nick Bosa, Defensive Player of the Year with ease. If there was ever any doubt, Nick Bosa freaking came through at key moments of a key game and delivered this victory for the 49ers. I'm so pumped, man. I really felt, my prediction for the game was 27-13 or 24-13. Like, that's what I thought. And that's where the game was looking. And then they just turned the freaking spigot on. They went straight ham. And shout out to all the countdown crew. I freaking love it. This is incredible. I want you to put in the chat 1 to 2 words that explain how you feel right now. It's not normal for teams to win this many games. It's not normal to be on your third quarterback to come in and win 3 straight games. I didn't even count the Miami game. 3 straight starts. First time it's ever done by this franchise. No quarterback. They were talking about it a lot on the broadcast. No quarterback in 49ers history has won his first 3 starts with the team. Nobody, right? Like, this is not normal. It's not normal what we're seeing. We saw a 9-game win streak in 2019 when they shot out of a cannon 9-0. This is a different style of winning. If you go back to 2019, right? Cardiac Kids, that was the nickname we would use. Every game kind of came down to the wire, and it was just like, every freaking game. That's not this team. The 2022 49ers don't play close games. They don't. They have played 2 games all year, decided by a touchdown or less, not a field goal, a touchdown or less. The Chargers, which you won, and the Broncos, which you lost. They blow teams out. Why? Why do they do that? Well, a lot of it has to do with the defense and just destroying teams. You can play with this for a half. That's cool. Second half, we're going to wear you down. They pulled their quarterback. And I think it was the right move. I mean, they were just, man, I don't know. It was, this defense is legendary. I love that. And man, all the countdown crew, I love you guys. We've got giveaways today. We've got a lot of stuff. So buckle up. We're enjoying this dang thing. This is a celebration, right? We're giving away an autographed Brandon Ayuk jersey for our Patreon members. We're giving away one of these bad boys, compliments of an anonymous Patreon member. We hit 400 Patreon members this morning, which is crazy. I love the support for this community. Allow us to do this and create this atmosphere in this community. And we're going to stick with it now. So giveaways this week out the wazoo. Going to be giving away 3 of these hats. Jersey, I might do some more. I'm feeling like Oprah. I'm crazy happy. Yeah, feed Kittle. I mean, that dude is just so... He scored 4 touchdowns in 7 quarters, and he almost got another one where he got tackled at the 1. But that was a key play because once he caught that, the game was over. That's right, man. Merry Christmas. The 49ers gave us all a present, which I just absolutely love. Gosh, man, this is awesome, guys. This is awesome. Oh, we got a couple generous people that gave in the super chat. Matthew, thank you, my friend. He said the Commanders look like a Mcglinchey shoulder sag in the second half. Mike Mcglinchey played awesome, except for those 2 false starts. I thought this was I almost said it. I was like tweeting out, this could be Mike Mcglinchey's greatest game of his entire career. Then he jumps off sides. We don't get any points. Then next drive, he jumps offside, both on third downs. And I was just like, man, it looks so bad whenever somebody jumps off sides and back-to-back drives on third down, crucial things in the red zone. I get it. But I'm telling you right now, you guys know me. I am not a Mcglinchey homer or apologist in the least. Not even close. This might have been Mike Mcglinchey's best game of his entire career. Might have been. You look at the Ray touchdown, right off him. Backed up against the end zone, Christian McCaffrey, first down run on third and long. That was him. Like, I don't know. We'll wait till we go through the film as we always do. But man, I don't know. I don't know. I thought Mcglinchey played well. My problem with Mcglinchey isn't the mistakes. It's the body language. He lets one play beat him. And he can't get it out of his head. Like, dude, I don't know what he's like. I know he's very intelligent. And I know I just say it's sports psychologist. He needs that. That's all I'm saying. Because he lets one play, like his body language just gets so bad. Adam says, interception Kinlaw. Yeah, refs took it away. Stop me if you heard that before. They said you can't challenge an incomplete pass like that. With total BS. Kyle challenged it. He threw it out there with force. He was pissed. We got screwed. That was an interception. That would have been 3 straight games for a Kinlaw. He had the fumble, return for a touchdown, had the interception, and this would have been his 3rd. So take that for what you want. Jack, my man, appreciate the gift, buddy. He said, frustrating game for our secondary, but it's such a relief that our offense is finally good enough that we can win, even if the defense had a bad day. Merry Christmas, John. Love you, dude. Right back at you, brother. And, if we look at the stats, they had 270 yards passing, 349 total yards. It's more than what we usually give up. If we look at just, our metrics from, our defense is incredible. I mean, it's just stupid. We're 11-4 now. How crazy is that? But if you look at just the passing yards we allow, let's see here, right at about 3,000 divided by 13. I'm not that smart. Let me open up my calculator here just so I don't mess up too bad. So if we do 3,000 divided by 13, what do we usually give up per game? About 230. So, yeah, they threw the ball on us a little more than we're used to. Now, a couple things about that. Demo has been lights out. By far one of the best players. Never gave up a touchdown. Still hasn't, to my knowledge. I don't think one of the touchdowns were on him. I think one was on Huff, and then one was on Jimmy Ward. So I think those were the 2 touchdowns that kind of whatever. And then they had the 3rd one. Who caught that? Who was the 3rd touchdown to? Carson Wentz. He threw one to Terry McLaurin, Dotson, and Samuel. I forget which one the McLaurin one was on, but anyway, I'll go back and look at it. But Demo had a rough first half. He got better in the second half. There's no doubt about it. But yes, you're right. Whenever Charvarius Ward left, which he came back, so we're talking about injuries, I was worried. He went into the locker room, went into the medical tent, went back into the locker room after halftime, then came out and he was playing. So, but you're right. You cannot be the best defense every freaking day and always be dependent on that. Sometimes your offense got to come through. And you look at halftime, it was 7-7. It was 7-7. And it looked like it was going to be an ugly game. It was exactly the way the Commanders scheduled everything to go. But what happened was, you don't know nothing about no Brock Purdy. That dude is different. He's had multiple touchdowns in all 4 of the games he's played in. The Miami game, which he didn't start, right, came in for the injured Jimmy. Oh, good gosh, man. Sean, what's up, brother? Appreciate the gift and the super chat. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too, man. We're wearing red tomorrow. Yes, always, baby. I got my Niners stuff on. This is like as Christmas as I could get. Now, whenever I'm done with this show, which we're going to be here for a while, so buckle up, ladies and gents. I'll be running to church, so I'm still going to be wearing red, but probably not Niners. My wife will get mad at me. It's what it is. Sean, thank you, brother. He says, I also just wanted to say my wife got me a gift. It was a Brock Purdy jersey for herself. I love it. Man, that is awesome. Let's talk about Brock. The stats don't do justice to who this kid is and continues to be. 15 of 22. Actually, that's pretty damn good. 234 yards. That's really good. over 10 yards per attempt. That's willing and dealing, ladies and gentlemen. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, not on him. 3 sacks for 16 yards, 114.6 rating. So the interception, we talked about at the halftime show. We do a halftime show on YouTube. It's just not enough time to load it into the podcast platform. We do a lot of extra stuff on YouTube, extra film clips, whatever else. But if you missed that, and if you're listening to the audio version, I want to say thank you. I really appreciate the support. However it is you watch, listen, subscribe, whatever. Thank you. Brock Purdy was unreal. That Jennings play really pissed me off. Put it on the hip, bobbled it up. Interception. Not on Brock. That was a passing target is the lower hip because you're not leading them into the safety. It was on point. Somebody was trying to argue with me on Twitter, and I was like, "Whoa, wrong." And then I saw people, whenever he scrambled and ran out of bounds and he lost like 3 yards, people were like, "Man, why didn't he throw it away?" And I was like, "Nah, you can't throw that away. That was a screenplay." It was a screenplay to Christian McCaffrey. Chase Young grabs Christian McCaffrey, which you can do behind the line of scrimmage. The linemen release on top. So linemen are downfield. If he does the little dump off, there's a ref just sitting there waiting to throw a flag. It would have been a penalty. So I saw people on Twitter saying, man, the rookie's got to learn. He'll know his awareness isn't there. Throw that ball away. And I'm just like, I'm over here like Dikembe Mutombo. That rookie got it right. Because if he did throw it forward, that would have been a penalty. You don't do that. So you literally, the kids got it. You watch the one where he rolled out, had pressure, unblocked defender. That's the quarterback's responsibility when that happens. He peels out. Defender was right on top of him. He does a little 360 spin, stays in bounds, and throws the ball away. The kid's awareness is off the charts. They even mentioned it. The Sunday Ticket was on the Commanders. It seemed like the Commanders broadcast. They were talking mostly about Commanders, but whatever. They were even talking about how Brock Purdy's awareness level at like the 6-minute mark, he was bleeding that clock down, snapping it under 5 seconds every single time. One of my maybe most viral, not viral, but a tweet that got a lot of attention was, it was earlier this year and Tampa Bay was playing and they were up by like 4 points. And Tom Brady kept snapping the ball with like 15 seconds left, and there was like 5 minutes left in the game. And I'm like, why is he snapping the ball with 15 seconds left? And everybody's like, dude, I think Tom Brady knows what he's doing. You don't know. And I was like, all right, that's cool. I was just asking a question. Like, I really don't understand. This kid runs the clock like a champ, like a vet. It's his birthday in 3 days. He's 22. He turns 23 on December 27th. And just to constantly see, like, I'm an a-hole, right? As a coach, or maybe as a parent too, or even a husband. Like, I see things that I'm just like, oh, I probably should have done it this way, this way, this way. Like, I'm critical, right? Whether, I was an AP grader for a long time or a coach, whatever. Like, you read all these papers nonstop, and then you have to give critiques. So, like, I've been trained to be critical, to maybe to the point where it's not a good thing, not healthy. I watch football games and I'm just like, oh, they shouldn't do that. Should do this right here, right here, right here, right here. But that's just what I was trained to do. I can't do that with Brock Purdy. I can't do it. There's not very many times where it's like, ooh, probably shouldn't have done this. And even in our Patreon breakdowns where we go over every single offensive play, one time in 4 games, well, I haven't done this game. One time in the 3 previous games, let's just be honest. Let's keep it real. One time I've been like, Brock should have done this. Once. Whenever it was Trey, which was a small window or preseason or whatever, or it was Jimmy, good God. I mean, it was once a drive, twice a drive with both of them. This is not a anti-Jimmy take or anti-Trey take. This is a pro-Purdy take, which is important. And you need to be able to differentiate those things, because I know social media's got bear traps everywhere and people want to like turn it into this. And when they even tried doing it on the broadcast, talking about when Jimmy comes back and if Jimmy comes back, all those things. Listen to me speak. I don't care who walks into that building. I don't care. You roll with Brock Purdy. That's all there is to it. What is happening right now is special. It's special. And I keep saying, just enjoy this moment because this kid is different. He is ice cold. Whenever the game was on the line late, boom, right there to Kittle on that third down. Kyle gave up the field goal, which was the right call in the fourth quarter, because if you were up 10, if you kick the field goal, now you're up 13, does no difference. They still have to score 2 touchdowns, doesn't change anything. So Kyle, keeps the offense out there, and Purdy was just chill as hell, man. Purdy was backed up on the 1-yard line again this week. No issue whatsoever. None. It was a 99-yard touchdown drive. Now, most of that was on that Ray run, right? But make no mistake. It is the calm, cool, collected nature that Brock Purdy brings. You can't measure poise. You cannot quantify it. If you could, he's got a Purdy fool. I don't know the word that you could use, but we remember Jimmy, and we remember the 2 safeties this year that were huge and monumental games that hurt us both times. Man. Oh, I freaking love it. I love this kid. It's just freaking fun. And you see it in his eyes, and you see everybody else around him. Everybody believes in him. Everybody does. And it's so damn fun to be a part. I know I'm on this side, and we're all on this side, whether you're in the stands, whether you're listening, whatever. When you think about Brock Purdy playing, how in the world do you not just smile, right? He's the equivalent of Christmas to little children as a 49ers fan. You got to freaking love it. Is it going to continue? Yeah, here we are. We keep saying that. We keep asking that. That's right, baby. Ice cold. Oh, no. I'm a Mavs fan, so this hurts me, Grand Ace. And he says, Purdy has the Tim Duncan expression. None. Just freaking won't. All the time. Just chill. If you got a snapshot of Brock Purdy and you tried to guess the down distance or time in the game or whatever, you lose that game every time. Yeah, Benji, I don't think it's close. He says Purdy has way more situational awareness than Jimmy. It's showing, and that's weird. That's not normal. It's not normal. Let's stick with these thoughts. Purdy now has completed at least one 30 yards, air yards, touchdown in every single game he's played. All 4. That's crazy. That doesn't make sense. Jimmy, he had 2 his entire career. Well, those are outside the numbers with the 49ers. This guy, it's fun, man. The patience, it just showing. He's making history. Ishmael says Brock Purdy can make history. Yeah, he's stepping up, baby. I mean, the first 49ers quarterback to win his first 3 starts, that's happened. He just keeps going, man. He just keeps going. And I don't know, man. The Purdy to Kittle connection is strong. It wasn't the first game. You remember when Purdy came in, that Miami game, he didn't throw it to Kittle. Besides, I think he had 2 catches it was, and I was like, oh no, this is going to be an issue. Wrong. Wrong. Channeling my inner Charlie Murphy on Hollywood True Stories. Wrong. No, that dude, it's unreal what he's brought to Kittle. And Kittle's always been Kittle, right? Somebody messaged me and said, why the world wouldn't Kyle call these plays with Jimmy Garoppolo? And I said, no. You can't call bootlegs, naked boots with Jimmy Garoppolo. You don't do that. You look at one of the Kittle touchdowns, it was a boot to the left, the offensive left. I know it's mirrored on here. It was a boot to the offensive left. So he's running and then opened up and threw. That's not a Jimmy trait. That's not a Jimmy thing. He doesn't have the fluidity to do that. You can do it with Trey. You can do it with Brock Purdy. Boots help tight ends. The first read on almost every boot that's ever been drawn up is a flood concept. And what that is, you have a 3-layered route concept to the side of the numbers you're booting to. So if you boot this way, then you've got a deep, a middle, a short, all outside the numbers. You boot this way, you've got a deep, middle, short, outside the numbers. It's like one of the oldest route concepts in the entire football world, right? Well, guess who's the first freaking one almost every time? It's tight end. Or you switch it up and then you layer your tight end deep and you bring a shallow drag underneath, which was, I think it was Ray McLeod that time. So you got Ray screaming shallow, and then you got Kittle coming on the mid-level drag route. They jumped under, they fell deep. Ayuk went deep, boom, hit the pocket. And it was funny. This is the second Kittle touchdown because they caught it like just past midfield. Kittle did. And I just start screaming, he ain't going out of bounds. He ain't going out of bounds. And sure enough, Kittle's going to turn inside and you see his big old goofy face and eyes. And like that dude, like he's looking for blood. I'm either going to, this is Kittle's mindset, right? And it's the whole no fear thing that he does from the luchador. And like his thing is, I'm going to run through your face or I'm going to score a touchdown. Like I'm going to physically impose my will on you, which he outweighs everybody, right? In the secondary, right? Because he's a bigger tight end. And man, that was probably my favorite play of the game. I think I had two favorite plays of the game. There's probably more. The second Kittle touchdown, just because Brock Purdy, I love Kittle. It was beautiful. My number one play of the game came in the first half. Washington's driving. They're freaking doing whatever they really want. I'm going to be honest with you. And then they get to the 1 yard line. And none other than Javon effing Kinlaw, the beast, the maniac, man, blows the play up and makes a stop at the 1 yard line. God, I love him. I love it. And we talked about him all week, which I didn't think he was going to be activated. I didn't think so. I thought they'd, just take their time with him. Nope. They put him out there. He started. Very limited snaps in the second half. I thought they really used him well. They waited for short yardage and run downs, and man, did he deliver. I don't even know if he showed up in the stat line. I don't really care. That dude just played. Yeah, he got one tackle. But that stop on the 1 yard line was Javon Kinlaw. Now, I think Fred Warner got the tackle. Kinlaw blows it up. I put the video on Twitter, and Warner goes right off his butt, makes the play untouched because Kinlaw took two guys and drove them backwards. It was unbelievable. And they were saving him for those spots because it was 3rd and 1, I think, in the second quarter. It was 3rd and 1. They run Kinlaw out there. He went out there. They run Kinlaw out there. They jump off sides. They Mcglinchey'd. So then it was 3rd and 6. They changed the offensive personnel. They pull Kittle right back off. He didn't even play. And so it's like they said, look, you hit your limit. You did your job. I didn't see him too much out there much in the second half. You're good. And so let's just see how it goes. Let's see how that knee responds because you got starter lever snaps early. I freaking love it. Oh, man. Yeah, and we'll see. My guess is Ricky says, I wonder how Kinlaw's knee held up. I'm just going to tell you, no matter what, he's got to be limited in practice the Wednesday, the first day of the week, which we played Saturday. So you bump everything up. They'll probably just give them an extra day off, everybody. So like usually your practices are Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, walk through Saturday, right? I bet they'll keep that schedule. And now you are traveling to Vegas and all that kind of stuff, which we will be there. Oh, I'm so excited about this, babe. I love Vegas. I really, really like Vegas. But we are going to be partying Saturday night, the night before the game, and not nighttime, during the day, 1 to 4:30 p.m., December 31st at the Tailgate Social. So if you're anywhere around Vegas, head over to 49ersrushroadtrip.com, get your tickets. We're doing giveaways, trivia, raffles, competitions, T-shirts, all kinds of crazy stuff. I mean, trust me, you're going to get your money's worth. We don't have people leaving these events upset, trust me. And on top of that, we've got a space reserved at one of the best sports bars in all of Vegas, which is saying a lot. And it's owned by a Niners guy, which is really, really cool. So a big reason why we were able to link up and get this deal while watching the college football playoff. It's going to be incredible. We're going to have such a good time. 1 to 4:30 before you go out and do all your craziness with Vegas at nighttime. I don't want to compete with that. And then the wild card game. We are hosting a tailgate in the blue lot number 1, baby, which is going to be a lot of fun. Food, drinks, everything's included. Going to be a blast. That's going to be the wild card weekend. Head to 49ersrushroadtrip.com. That one's going to sell out. I'm just telling you that right now. We only have a limited number of spots, so go get your tickets before it does sell out. I want an intimate tailgate with people that I get to talk to everybody, spend time with everybody. That's what's important to me. JC says, man, I wish you could make the Vegas trip. Stupid work. I know. I feel you. What you got to do, JC, you got to get a job with me, and then we go do this stuff, and that's our job. I'm very, very thankful and very lucky to be doing what I'm doing, and it's all you guys. It's all you guys. And so thank you. I really do appreciate everything that this community brings. Now, let's talk about another player that I think deserves a lot of praise. And he's a defensive player on the defensive line, number 7'5", Jordan freaking Willis. We're going to talk about Bosa, and he deserves everything. And we'll talk about him. But Jordan Willis showed up. And again, he made 3 out of 4 plays in the second quarter on one drive, and they took away his sack. Brr, I was so pissed off. He gets a sack, and it was going to end the drive, but they called holding on Charvarius Ward, wiped the sack off the board. But he just kept coming. He was all over the place, man. Jordan Willis had his best game as a Niner, which is saying a lot, especially if you remember the block kick in the divisional round versus the Packers. Man, yes, the wild card game. Yes, wild card weekend game. Yes, Professor ITS. Yes, we are throwing a tailgate for the 49ers at the wild card game. So also Vegas this weekend, but yeah, there we go. Hope that made sense if I messed it up. Sorry about that. But man, Jordan Willis, to get that fumble recovery / interception, I was like, is this the first ever sack interception play? But it can't be that. That's not allowed. It was a sack strip fumble for Bosa. Willis came up with it. But, man, he was close. He was close. David says, you hiring. Man, I'm always hiring. The problem is we don't have a lot of money here at the 49ers Rush podcast. What I always say is, man, if there's something you want to do and you want to contribute to the community, I will do everything I can to help find a way financially to reward you. Never going to probably be enough to walk away from your job, but we do have, I think, man, if I count the numbers, we got a lot of people helping in what capacity they can with what they're passionate about. And, you know, I always want to try to reward people financially if I can. So, yeah, you're interested, email me, man. 49ersRushPodcast@gmail.com. We're all about the community and growing. If there's something you want to bring to the community that you think you could help with, I'm all ears. All ears. A lot of the closest friends I got now, I have met through that. The beautiful Juan Solis, Coach Cruz. I mean, just great, great people. Clayton, who you guys know, man, just good people. You want to help? Let's go. Now, let's talk about the man of the hour, the best player in the NFL on defense for sure. You want to go further than that? I've got no issues. Nicholas freaking Bosa. Are you kidding me? He only gets 2 sacks this game because the 2-point conversion doesn't count. Man, that makes me mad. Makes me really, really mad. But, you know, you look at what he did. It was so clutch. And it's a 10-point game. They scored. They drive down. That's after the, you know, whatever. I don't even want to get into that, but they drive and score a touchdown. Then they got to go for 2. If they go for 2 and get it, it's a 1-possession game. They miss it, 2-possession game over. Nick Bosa comes through with the clutch, just buries Carson Wentz. He was so damn good. Now, if you just look at his stat line, it wasn't like 7 tackles, 5 solos. Actually, stat line's unreal. That's unreal for a defensive end. 2 sacks, 2 tackle for losses, 4 quarterback hits. That's unreal. I am curious. Let's go through my predictions. These are my predictions. Let's see how we did. I said, this is what I said. The only way the Commanders win is if Mcglinchey ruins 3 or more drives. He ruined 2, really 1.5. And the Commanders rushed for 100 yards. Well, Commanders rushed for 79, which ended our streak. We had 7 consecutive games of 75 yards or less, which is best all time, tied with the 2000 Ravens. You would have been the lone record holders ever, but they got 79 yards rushing, so we tied them there. So we won that one. Then I just said, like, really, really quick, like, if the 49ers jump out early, they'll lose. It didn't happen. I said that this game would end first in the late window. That happened. Commanders need to keep it within 10 points the entire game. They didn't. That's why they lost. And then I'm excited to go through. I said Trent Williams will put 11 people on the ground, and we'll see. I got to go through the film and count those. I was wrong on Juwan Jennings. After the interception, they didn't really look his way too much. I said 4 catches. He only got 2. And I said the legend of Purdy grows stronger. That's it's unreal. It's unreal. I said 2 huge throws, 1 big scramble. I don't know if we got a scramble. And I said the 49ers will run the ball 32 times. What did we hit? 26. So I was off there. And I said 49ers win 24-13. So, yeah, we got close on some of those, missed those. If you bet with us, we hit our 3-team teaser. 49ers scoring first possession. They should have kicked the field goal, man. They did it, and that really frustrated me. We lost some money on that one, but that's okay. But we did get a lot of other scores. If you did bet with us, we are killing it this year, which I'm really, really excited about. And if you bet with us, I'm glad that you're making some money with us. Now, we're going to get to some questions. Let's do that. But right before we do, the best way to support the show, if you like what we do twice as much that we do here on the public forum over on Patreon. All you got to do is go to patreon.com/49ers Rush Podcast. And as soon as you sign up, you get almost everything, depending on the tier you pick. And if you're just interested in 49ers play, guess what? We have every single offensive, defensive, and special teams play from the last 2.5 years. Every single game for the 49ers. Nobody else has this content. Now, not to mention we have extra episodes weekly. We've got scouting report breakdowns. We've got betting. We've got your one-stop shop for 49ers content. And if you want to be heard, guess what? We got Zoom Hangouts twice a month where we listen to you. Patreon.com/49ers Rush Podcast, or just Google Patreon and 49ers. We're the first one that shows up. All right, let's get to some of these questions. And if you're just joining us, tag me in the chat. Clayton's not feeling great, so tag me in the chat so I can see that. And then it makes it a lot easier for me to find these questions just because I'm flying solo. Grand Asen says Bosa might get 20 next game. If we look at where Bosa is, which he broke his own personal high on sacks, right, with where he is at. So if we look at Bosa, he's got 17.5 sacks. He was at 16.5 back in 2019. Last year. In 2019, he only had 9.5. Last year, he had 15.5. Now he's up to 17.5. 2 sacks away from Aldon Smith's franchise record, 19.5 sacks. And then you got to go to 22.5 for the all-time record, which I think is out of reach, right? You got 2 more games. And so even if he got 2 sacks, both those games, that put him at 21.5. Probably not going to be there, but man, we saw the switch in the Vegas totals from defensive player of the year to be Micah Parsons to Bosa. So Bosa inched ahead of him last week, and I think it's going to go further this week. That's just kind of the way that I see it. Let's see here. Steven says, John, how about that throwaway from Purdy on the spin move? I thought that was incredible. He says, I thought he was about to sack himself on the bailout run. It's just moxie, right? I mean, he's got scrappy is a word that I used, right? Brock Purdy is scrappy. And it just continues to show scrappy, awareness, poise. Like, pick your 3 adjectives. Help me out. Let's throw this up in the chat. What are the 3 words you would use to describe Brock Purdy, right? Mine are scrappy, awareness, poise. That would be my 3. So I'm curious if you guys could come up with something that we could add to that, right? Or if I nailed it, if you can't think of better words, just say, yeah, John, you nailed it, or whatever. I would like to read those, but I want to hear what you got to say. Jason, had a tough time on 3rd down tonight. How do you clean that up going forward? Well, okay, first off, I said in our breakdown, if you blitz Purdy, I keep doing that. If you blitz Heineke, you're making a mistake. Heineke is at his best when he is blitzed and it's zone coverage. Well, guess what? 49ers run more zone defensive coverage than any team in the NFL. Nothing wrong with zone. However, for this cat and that offense, those deep comeback routes, they just killed us. And we weren't getting there with pressure. Back to Bosa. He used to be a double and triple teamed all night. They finally leave him 1-on-1, and he gets his first sack. So, yeah, that's rough. I don't think you change what you're doing. You kind of stick with it. But, yeah, pressure was lacking. And the touchdown play, Man, Heineke had 5+ seconds in the pocket, which Bosa was out that play. They only brought 4, and the coverage was actually really good. The coverage was great. You look at the Hufanga, right? They scored on Hufanga on that drag route. I think it was what's it called? An inverted Q or a whip route. There's lots of different, I think is what the route was, but it was 5+ seconds. Hufanga was right on his hip, contested catch. It was just a better pass, a better throw. There was no pressure. So I know the secondary is getting a lot of the kind of like, it's their issues. And that's not wrong. They didn't have a good game. But I don't think you need to really change anything. Even if you look at the plays where Demo got beat real bad, he was right there. He just got turned around. So you got to play the ball a little better. You got to play the catch point a little better. I don't think you change things. I don't think you really switch anything around. But you are correct. They did struggle. And Jason says, yeah, they had a hard time on third downs. You got to overcome that. Now, if we look at just the numbers, third down efficiency, they went 7 for 13. Yeah, that's really good. It's over 50%. We went 4 for 11. Not great. Now, two of those were Mcglinchey ones where it was like third and super long. But yeah, they got us there. We did go 1 for 2 on fourth down, and I think that's huge. And Steven right here, this comment, John, late to the show, but man, talk about that 4th and 3 throw. Kyle trusts Purdy. Kyle trusts him. You come out of the halftime, back-to-back first down strikes. That's scripted, and everything just waterfalled from that point forward. Run game started picking up. They backed up a little bit. So freaking good. Yeah, Brandon, Kyle trusts Purdy more than Jimmy. Passing on the first play of the game. That pass play was nice, right? Reverse toss, quick turn. I almost pulled my headphones out. Reverse toss, quick turn, hit the slant on the backside. They tried doing a similar play later to Juwan Jennings, but it was a corner blitz. And again, awareness. Where are you at in the game? Brock Purdy turns, was going to throw it. If I throw it and this is incomplete, it stops the clock. So he says, nope, bites it, gets what he can, keeps the clock running. You're right. Kyle does trust Brock Purdy more than Jimmy Garoppolo or Trey Lance. You're correct. But it's constantly earned trust, right? It's earned. It's not like he's just giving it freely and you're like, well, John, it's only been 4 games. Okay, cool. Find me a 4-game stretch where Garoppolo was doing this. And it's not like he's been all world. He's had 2 touchdowns in every game. Find one. I don't think it's there. I don't want it to be an anti-Jimmy take. I want it to be a pro-Purdy take. But it's there, man. It's there. Bueno Sounds. He says, Merry Christmas from Australia. It's already Christmas there. What's up, buddy? Coming from the future. I absolutely love it. Wasn't Willis a first or second rounder? Love that man's story. Are you talking about, I assume you're talking about Jordan Willis. I don't think he was a second rounder. I remember coming out of K-State. I was really high on him. He went 3rd round, 73rd overall. So middle of the 3rd round to the Bengals. We traded for him. Man, we gave up. We got a steal in that round, the transaction. So he went to the Jets after that. We gave up a 6th rounder, and we got him in a 7th. So we gave up a 6th for Jordan Willis and a 7th. That one in the Charles Omenihu trade and the Laken Tomlinson trade and let's just keep going through this list, and the Trent Williams trade. Yeah, they have just hit home freaking runs in the Jordan Willis trade. Sorry, not Jordan Willis, but guy we just traded in Miami. That trade was gigantic. Getting a 5th round for a guy that's not getting any work. Jeff Wilson, he's already injured for him. I don't even think he's getting much work. That was a steal. They fleeced Miami on that. That was a great trade. I'm nobody you need to know. What's up, brother? He said, did we cover if the Greenlaw pick should have been an interception? Now, there are rules on things that you cannot challenge. And it seemed, Kyle challenged it. He was pissed off. They told him no. They said, nope, can't challenge it. Put it back in your pocket. Showed the replay. NFL officiating is trash, bro. Now, last week was probably like the most defining characteristic of like, gosh, this is bad. Part-time officials, not a good idea. The NFL is $1 billion industry. You can pay to have, there's no more, how many games? There's 32 teams. There's no more than 16 games a freaking week. So 16, you got a 7-man crew, figure it out. You could pay those people and they could be better. It's not a good system. It's a bad system, in fact. It's not good. It's not good. Ice Cold Nars. Mason continued playing special team snaps throughout the game. Yeah, whenever he got hurt on that first play, I was worried because they showed him and they were doing the ACL check. I'm trying to demonstrate that here. I don't know how to do that. Where they check the knee tension with the calf to see like if the joints, because when you do that ACL check, what you're trying to do is see if there's resistance. If you ever do that to somebody that tore their ACL, it just slips. It just slips and there's no tension there. Like you do it once and you're just like, oh, you're good. You do it once and you're just like, uh-oh. Like, and a lot of times whenever they show that on film, I watch the trainer's eyes because you can't lie. Your poker face ain't that good because whenever you do that test, you're just like, whoa. Yeah, I mean, it's bad. You see it in their face. They look like they saw a ghost. And so like, I'm always just like watching like, ooh, what's he doing? And you saw his face. He's like, oh, you're good. And he like patted him. And then he jumped up, walked over, ran straight to Kyle, said, I'm good. Now, he didn't get any carries, but Ty Davis Price did. He got 9 carries for 30 yards. Not bad. And he got work in the first half. So it was interesting. And I like it. Now, I'm the biggest Mason fan there is. But this is a time period where you try some of these things, right? This is the time period where you bring back Kinlaw and then you shelve them. This is the time period where, hey, man, if Charvarius Ward isn't feeling right, you keep Samuel Womack out there. That's the time we're in. And so I thought he played all right. 9 carries, 30 yards, 3.3 yards per carry. Christian McCaffrey had 15 for 46. He had 3.1, so it was better than that, which I put up the competition over on our Patreon for a free hat. Whoever can nail Christian McCaffrey's total yards, which I got to go through all those answers. Oh, I got to give away Ayuk jersey too. I'll do that here in a second. But Christian McCaffrey's total yards was 58. He did get the touchdown. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure anybody got. So the lowest bid's probably going to get that. So yeah, we'll have to see what that is. But yeah, let's give away Brandon Ayuk signed jersey, autographed jersey. We put it up on Twitter and I put it up for my Patreon peoples, and the winner goes to, I got it written down right here. I picked it right before I went live. Shout out to @F Mendieta 30. That's FMENDIETA 30. Congratulations. You won an autographed Brandon Ayuk jersey. And if you're not watching live, I will reach out to you because I know people are busy and it's the holidays. I want to reward everybody that's watching, but it's just what it is. Devin, my man, what's up, brother? He says, John, it wasn't just the offense and defense, but special teams. Devin is a Patreon member. Devin knows what's up. He is one of the hardcore. Going into this game, the Washington Commanders had the number 1 rated special teams unit in the entire NFL. Number 1. 49ers are 25th. We kicked their dang rear ends on special teams. It was the best kickoff coverage we've had all year. Repeatedly. Stopped before the 20. Punt team, punt return, field goal. We were better than them in special teams, which I did not think was a possibility. I really, really didn't. Craig says, where can I get that awesome red 49ers hat? I keep seeing it. Can't find it anywhere. Let me see. We've got a code. Let's see here. I've got it somewhere. Give me just a second. We've got so many freaking promo codes. Here we go. If you want this hat and many other ones, the good folks at Residency, they do not sponsor me, but they do sponsor our man, Wayne Breezy. So use the promo code SFBreezy, SFBREEZIE. All one word. Get you $5 off. So head to residency.com, and residency spelled weird. The second E in residency is a 3. So it's RESID 3NCY.com. Residency.com. Use promo code SFBreezy. Help Wayne out, which he's the best he is. Yeah, he's awesome. We all know he's awesome. Oh, look at all these answers. With, the question that I asked earlier. My 3 things that I said, what are the 3 words that kind of represent or describe Brock Purdy's play, right? I said in probably a different order. I said scrappy, awareness, and what was my other? Poise, right? And so, yeah, intangibles. I like that. Jeff says calm, resilient, unshakable. Oh, no. Mcglinchey, that's a different one, but that's funny. Tough, smart, adaptable. Ooh, these are good. Smart, cool, unafraid, aware, tough, experienced for 22. Ah, I love it, man. I freaking efficient, ballsy. He said ballsy twice. I like it. And he's got 2 of them. I think that's huge. Not that his balls are huge, but we do call him BCB. So take that what you want. Football player. One of my favorite coaching axioms that I would use, I would say, be an athlete, be a football player, right? Like you call all these plays and you'd have like kids come over just like wide-eyed, like, I didn't know what to do. And I'd be like, man, just be a football player. Sometimes you just got to play football. Like sometimes you just got to go out there and just do it. Tony says instinctual, agile, tough. Did you see all the grass stains on his back? Yeah, he's all over the place, man. He is all over the place. Alan says we learned a lot of valuable lessons from that game that will really serve us going forward. Man, I think you nailed it because you went through that game where it was real tight at halftime. It was 7-7. It was 7-7 at the half. I came on here at halftime and people were like, what adjustments should be made? And I said, no. You don't adjust. You stay who you are. Stay who you are. And that worked. I like it. Purdy, the babyface assassin. I love it. Oh, look at Josh. What's up, Josh? Appreciate this, man. 30 points with no Debo. Last year would have been almost impossible. You are correct, my friend. I love it. Ricky says, why didn't Mason get any touches? I think they're just trying out different things. Maybe TDP just had a really good week of practice and they're rewarding him. There's going to be a time where you're going to need a third running back. And so now is the time. Again, you clinched. Now is the time to figure out what you got with TDP. And so I thought that he delivered. I really did. I think that he delivered. I thought he did really, really well. Yeah, Sonny, we'll go through the conference whenever it's done. No doubt about that. Oh, we got a gift. What's up, baby? I love it. David. What's up, David? Thank you. He says the media need to stop with the comparisons. Their D isn't close to ours, and Bosa, not Micah, is the defensive player. Yeah, there's no comparison for defenses. That's been settled. They got 20 points this game, but one of those touchdowns was off of a one-play interception drive where they got the ball on their own side of the field. But, I mean, every team that happens to. But, right, we gave up 20 points. We've been averaging 15 points allowed per game, so a little more than you wanted, but you still won by 17. And, yeah, you're right. Bosa over Micah, it's not even close. It's not even close, man. It's not even freaking close. Yep, here we go, Newt. It's a matchup league. Guess that goes for special teams, too. You nailed it. I say that all the freaking time, don't I? I say it all the time. Oh, what's up, man? Shajay says, so I mentioned Booger. Yeah, you did. Shajay talked about the refs earlier this week. He knows his stuff. They were the 5th most flag happy team. He sent me all these numbers. He nailed it. Now we're getting Carl Cheffers, 2021 second most flag happy zebra. More worried. That's next week. Not really. I know we're on the road, but I'm the refs are going to keep messing with us, and the refs have hurt us a lot. But you got to overcome it. We're not 2019 49ers where every game's so damn close. You're taking care of business. And I always told my teams, look, it's your fault. If the game's that close for a ref to screw you, that's your fault. You allowed them to put their face in our game. Take them out of the equation. How do you do that? You beat the hell out of teams. You went 37-20. Yeah, we lost. They got 6 free points because we intercepted the ball and the refs didn't know what to do. That sucks. But guess what? We still won by 17. Still won by 17. Merry Christmas, Steven. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, man. God, this is awesome. I'm just feeling this, man. What's up, Craig? Thank you for the love, man. Craig Love. Thank you for the love. Appreciate that. Mason is injured. Yeah, but he was playing special teams all night after that. So he was still out there making that play. So, yeah, we'll have to see there. Craig says, I picked 88 yards for CMC total. Look like there's other people's replies. One answer is 87. Looks like, yeah, I'll have to go through and make sure they were all put in through the chat. But we're going to be doing some more giveaways this week. So make sure we gave away one hat today on Patreon. We gave away the Brandon Ayuk jersey. We're giving away 2 more of these hats this week. So all you got to do is turn on that notification bell. which, man, it's right there on the side so that whenever we go live, you can join us because they're going to be going to live show participants. If you haven't already, go ahead and click that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button is the bell. Once you click on that, click all. That way, anytime we go live, you will get notified and you will be able to enter into all of the giveaways that we do for Countdown Crew. And to be honest with you, it is by far the best way to support our channel. Thank you. Hit that subscribe button, turn on all notifications. All right, guys. I just want to say thank you. I really appreciate that. Enjoy this. 8 straight wins, baby. We got content coming to you all week. Now, this week's going to be crazy because we are traveling to Vegas to set up those parties. I got some family out there too. But don't you worry. All of the video breakdowns you could ever want, every offensive play, defensive play, special teams play, all coming to you this week. It's going to be great. And then we're going to schedule another Zoom hangout probably after the New Year's, just because this week's going to be crazy with families. I know everybody's busy, but right after the New Year's, we're going to be doing another Zoom hangout for our Frank Gore tier, all that stuff coming. Thank you guys. I really, really appreciate it. Oh, what's up? We got another chat here. Emmanuel, what's up, man? He says, let's go. Niners, baby. I freaking love it. Nick, my good friend. What's up, Para? He said, BCB, let's go, John. Hell of a second half, baby. I was texting back and forth with you and Wade. It's all good. Purdy is a first Niners quarterback to win his first 3 starts. I'm willing to say it's not going to be the last record that Brock Purdy's going to win or take or break. Not for the 49ers, not for the NFL. This kid has the opportunity laid before him to do some pretty wild stuff. I'm really, really excited, man. And I'm just excited about this community and what we got going forward. Just enjoy this, guys. Enjoy this. Hit that subscribe button. Appreciate y'all. Niners win. I freaking love it. So many good things ahead. And until next time, stay strong, faithful.